Hello. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing great. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it through the week. Woohoo! Now it's time to work on the Laravel Kanban board again. Let me check all the streams, all the screens. Everything checks out. Yes. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, let me take care of the announcements before we begin. And let me get the chat window visible. Abdul, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. First on chat, you get a prize. I'm kidding. There's no prize, but thank you. Let's see. Where's the... I had a few... Okay, here it is. First Twitter. And then... Let you go away. Then Discord. And yeah. So, there's one thing we need to do. And actually, I have already done a few things, but we have to redo some things. Because if you remember, we were working on trying to get the search feature, and we were doing a lot of things with Laravel Scout, and we wanted to bring in Mail search, and working with queues, etc. And that's all nice and dandy, but problem is that it was getting in the way of sorting. So sorting was starting to get too complicated due to the fact that now the searchable and sortable fields had to be indexed and synchronized with Mail search. Mithu, how you doing? Hi. Thank you for joining. So I basically this week I had to take a step back and really ask myself, what's the priority here? And to me, in an application like this, search is not really a priority. So because this search with Mail search was getting in the way, it was just making me add a bunch of code to the sorting, and I was having to let go of the sortable trait that we had on the models, and now I had to deal with a new builder, a Laravel Scout builder class that did not have any of the scopes and everything that we have worked on towards the sorting and making that look good. All of that was going away in favor of searching. So sometimes you need to take a good look at your code and decide what's the priority, what's more important. So that's why we're taking a step back and deciding that sorting is more important, and then we move forward. So the best way forward sometimes is just taking a step back, regrouping, and then moving forward. And in this case, we just have to say, yep, sorting is more important. We worked a lot on sorting, and the fact that we can sort between groups and sort tasks, that's the main key. That's the key feature in this application. Search, not so much. So what I did is I have published a new branch. It's under the name week-19. And this code is at the point, right at the point where we started working on Laravel Scout. So I removed Laravel Scout package, the Laravel Scout package, the Mail search package, everything that we added to support Laravel Scout, that's gone. I removed the searchable trait from the models. and I took all of the sorting code from the sortable trait back to its original state. So we are at that point where we finished working on projects and creating, deleting, and updating projects. We're right there. But now we need to then implement the search in a more simplified way. And I think the easiest way to do this is with just the good old query, like where like, and then using that for the search. And I think that's going to be enough for this specific project. So if you're with me, let's go ahead and do that. The one thing that I didn't remove from our components was the URL property, which I believe was in the header. Yeah, it's still there. I'm still going to use that. That's in the header, and that's also in the group component. Is this too zoomed out? Yes, it is. So we still have the search parameter on the URL, and I still have this project filter event here. We are still listening to that. And I added a new function in the task model. And this is where we are going to query, basically use the search feature. And we're just going to use query, where like, task description, whatever. And we're going to do it as a scope on the task directly. Abdul, what is this? A lot of code. Builder macro, return string, that looks, well, part of that is what we're going to use, like at the very end, that where, feel like, string, that's what we're going to do here. I don't think I'm going to do a macro though, but we are going to, we're going to do it as a scope on the task model, because right now in the group component, when we call the task computed property, we are searching for the tasks relationship. So here we can use that scope the same way we are using this in order scope. Adding app service provider. Okay, so yeah, if you were to do, if you were to use a builder macro, that's where you would put it. I am going to use a scope builder, a scope function in the model. Let's see. So as of now, let me just make sure that we have a beat server running. npm. Hey, hello, move. What are you doing? Are you dead? What's happening? Did I kill it? There you. Oh, there. So npm run dev. There you go. Let's log into dashboard. Make sure that database looks good. Yeah, it's actually out of order. I was just trying it out before the stream, but let me put everything back in place. Okay, now all we need to do is, we still have this functionality where we do task 1, and that's on the URL, and it's emitting an event, and that event is being listened in the group. So now we just have to use it. So let's try and use it here. So project key, that's this group. We can even use another if in here, just so that we don't have to use the scope every time, only if we have a value on the URL. Search, right? And this project get key, is that what I want to do? Yeah. When? Yeah, I can use that when. I've seen that. Let me go look at the documentation real quick because I don't remember how to use when. It's in the query builder, right? Yeah, here it is. So when variable, then call a function, and that would pass a variable, and I can apply it. Okay, that looks better. I can probably do that as well with the that project key. So this will be tasks query when this search. I think I can get away with a shorthand function maybe. So let's bring in a builder from Illuminate Database Eloquent Builder. That'll be query. Also, we need the search. So here we can say query. And we have the filter scope. I'm not sure. Do you guys know if filter is it's reserved for any other, any other places in the query? Am I going to be overriding anything? Filter search. Hey Haman, how you doing, man? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. I guess it's easy to find out. What if I, instead of looking for when, I look for filter here. Nope. There is nothing there. I think I can use filter. Can I chain a when into this task query? Feels like I can. Like say, for example, I want another one. Well, not here, but maybe I want another one for the project ID. Come on. This one, because I want to move this project find inside the when, that's why I'm using a proper function. I don't even need it, to be honest. I can just do query for project, right? Project and just pass the project ID. Oh, I forgot to include it in the parameter. So then I can use a shorthand function. That looks right, right? Should work. That means that, what do I need that project for anywhere else? I don't think I do. I'm just going to comment it out without deleting it just in case. Same with, oh, that stays. This goes away. In that case, I can probably just chain the in order here as well. Right? Ooh, that looks pretty. I like it. No, wait. No. Yeah. Well, hold on. Well, hold on. I'm just trying to, okay. Can I do this? You think that'll work? Like chaining right out of the task? Because yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. When I do in order, I think that's what gives me the query builder. Huh, let me try. Just going to comment this out. In that case, I can then also chain get here and just move the return way over here. I mean, I like how it looks. I'm still hesitant about this part here. I hope I can chain a when right out of the relationship. If not, push come to shove, I'll just have to return that task query here with the in order and then do the rest. But we'll see. Let's save that. Method group. What? Oh, what did I do wrong? Wait. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. That there. Okay. Seems to be fine. It's not filtering though. Yeah, hold on. You're right. Well, query filters should. Oh, well, obviously it's not filtering. This is empty. Whereas comments function builder query where content like code. Are you? Tell me the truth. Are you using AI to come up with so much code in so little time? It's impressive. Wait, no, that's probably out of the documentation, looks like. So yeah, let me, warehouse. What's the warehouse for? I mean, is that for the filter thing? Because I haven't even added that yet. Where? What's the tasks table description? Thank you. Description like I can use, let's use this better. No, not that. This. And then you just pass in the parameter here. Like that. Yeah, but that code right there, what it's doing is just filtering the relationship inside the function. I do want to I kind of want to see if I can change, if supposedly this here, when you use a relationship with parentheses, is just going to give you a builder. And in theory, I mean, what you get is a relationship class, but that can be used as a query builder. So I'm expecting it to have the ability to chain a when, two whens, and one scope, and then a get. Otherwise, I'll have to call in that function, and within that function, I'll have to do the rest, I think. Let's try it this way. What could go wrong? Did I save? No, I didn't. It did work. It did work. I'm happy. See, it's not a complicated search, but it works. It works the way that you would imagine, and even works with, let's say that let's take this and input it in no project, for example. Save. Let's say that we filter by project A and also by. So task 1 should not be in here. What do you guys think? You like it? See, it was easier. We get through it in what? 20 minutes. Most of them was me yapping about it, but we managed to get through the search like that. And the code looks amazing. Never mind the comments, so I can read that. It's just one freaking line, two optional queries for the query builder, ordered and returned. Everything out of the relationship. Laravel, man, Laravel. I mean, so now, since we have this knocked out of the park, we can move to the labels. We have this little pill here and we're not using it. So we should implement the ability to label a task. What do you guys think? Now, we could do it the easy way or we could do it the less easy way. Easy way would be a JSON column on the task itself where we can label different, we can assign different labels to the task. Or we can have a new table, labels, and just make the label, make the task belong to many labels. And each label can belong to, so it's we need two things. We need two tables, a relationship table and a new labels table, label. If I want to admin that, shouldn't be a problem. Let's go with the table. I think the relationship sounds way better. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself because that's why we have tests. Don't forget the tests. In fact, I haven't looked at the test in a while. We should check on that. See what's broken. Let's do that. Not as bad as I thought. Only 2. You can delete projects. Wait. Why is the label not the same? Oh, here. This is the one. So it filters tasks by project is failing because it's not filtering. Let's go and fix that. This is in group test. So we have a user, a group, a project, user, 2 tasks for this group, for this project. Hmm. It's failing because it's containing the task 3, so it's not filtering properly. I think it's because we removed the project prop, didn't we? Yeah, we don't have a, okay. So now the way that we are filtering is by an event. So we need to fake that event. How did I? Okay, let me just look into that real quick. There is a way to test events. Testing properties, calling actions, events. Set Z call assert dispatched. No, that's not it. Oh, we can. Oh, this we could do something like this. So we can mount. We can either mount the sidebar component, dispatch the event from there, and make sure that the group component doesn't show the task that we don't want to see. See, you're getting it from documentation. I got you. So yeah, let's that's the more realistic way of doing it. Hold on. Can I do this right here? Technically, we can remove this because we don't have a prop there anymore. My concern here is the order in which I'm mounting those two components. But let's see. Handler for event project filter does not exist. Hmm. 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 Thank you, Abdul. But the thing was that I had to dispatch the event from the component that I was expecting it to use that event, if that makes sense. And that actually worked. So if you see here, I just needed to dispatch it here from the group component because that group component had the event listener for that dispatched event. So Emre, hi Arturo, I enjoy watching your videos. Please keep it up. Best wishes from Turkey. Hi, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here all the way from Turkey. And I will try to do my best to keep things up. Okay, so yeah, that one's taken care of. What was the other one? There's one more. Can delete projects. Unable to call component method. Because I renamed it destroy. And that is in project test. No. Oh, there is a property that I cannot use before initialization. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold up, hold up. Do I have to set it in the form? Is that it? That'll be form project. Like so. One sec. Edit project. Oh yeah, there is no mount. I could also call the set task. Wait, no. Why is this called set task if it is for a project? Did I not change that name ever? Am I even using it? I am using it, but it's, oh, okay. So yeah, I see. It's just calling it on edit project. I never bothered to change the name of the method. So technically, I can not do that. And instead of doing that, I can just say, let's do it this way. Good. So that means we can just run past again and enjoy everything green. 42 passed. Amazing how I have managed to do so much stuff and only broke 2 tests. It's always a good thing. So now let's modify a few things here because create task is going to change. Where is that test? Add task. Because we're adding a label to a task. Let's do it like this. I know it's going to break, but in this new task, I'm actually going to say for label class. No, wait. No, yeah. For label. Then I'm going to say up here, I can say label. Let's imagine that we have a label class with a factory. Just create one. Right? So we have a user, we have a group, we have a new label for a task. We create one task without a label, meaning that tasks can have the label nullable. And then we create a new task that we are going to use to fill the form. And that one will have a label. This one is going to be on memory. That means that it's not going to be saved in the database, but it's still going to it will still have a value in, wait, no, that's not going to work. because this is going to have a pivot table. Huh. One second. So relationships, factories belongs to, oh, this is a many to many, has, so has, oh, has attached. Okay. Let's do it like that. So has attached a label. I'm hoping I can do it like that with the create. If not, I'll just have to move the label down here. So this will be in here. Okay, so we have a label. We create a label in database. Create two tasks. The second one is in memory. Has a label attached to it. What I'm concerned is because it's in memory, that's going to be interesting. Let's break it and then work through the errors first. So down here, let's say that we want to set also the form label ID. We're going to have a label ID there, and that will be task. Sorry, new task. Label ID. That I think is not going to work. I think. All because of the pivot table. The pivot table will need a value in database for it to be able to connect to connect the task to the label. The label is already created. Or maybe I just use the label directly instead of going through the task. And forego that. So at the end of the day, when I call store, the task should have a label attached to it. I still have to assert the database at some point with the well, we'll see. I mean, if it fails on the relationship, there's not going to be a task either way. So let's see. class label not found. So let's create that. PHP artisan make model label mf. Let's make sure we import the label class. Run it again. Really? I mean, let's think about why that is the case. This works because there is no property, so this is going to be null, I guess. So it doesn't care that there is no label ID in the form. And we don't have a relationship on the task model. So I guess the real question would be, let's assert database has. So label task label. Label task. Because L comes before T. And in here, there should be a task ID. That's a problem. I don't have a task yet. Don't have a task ID. I guess I'll have to find one. No, it's not going to be one. It's going to, since I already have one. Oh, I didn't make the pivot. That'll do the trick. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't want, but here's the thing. I don't want a pivot class in this. So I'll just make a migration. Yeah. But still, I want that question here. Third database has the label task table. I'm going to hard code it for now. I know it's going to be a 2. And a label ID of 1. Why am I working the properly sourced new task, by the way? Should be working on here. Damn. Okay, this should be easier since there's only going to be one task in the database at this point. So task ID will be 1. I say 1 and label D will also be 1. Okay, so there is no row in the table labeled tasks that matches the description. The table is empty. Cool. So let's see. No, it does migrate actually, because every time I run a task, every time I run the tests, every single test will create a database, run the migration, and when the test is done, the database will disappear. So for every test, there is a new database with all the migrations. But the migration, first of all, I created the migration, but it's empty, so the table will be empty. So there will be no task ID or label ID. Hold on, I have to turn notifications on, off. There. Okay, so I'm just trying to decide whether to, yeah, the columns I haven't added yet. But I'm trying to decide whether to work on the relationships, which will make the test fail because there is no columns. So basically, I'm just working towards the error, not towards the solution yet. So I guess let's work at the place where we store the label. Add task, maybe? Actually, that'll be the task form. We're going to have a new public property that is not going to be required. Not working on set task yet. Store. Hmm. So I have to use the attach. Mm-hmm. Can I do it out of here? I don't think I can. Seems weird. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this returns a task. Close the damn thing. There you go. Labels. Yeah, that's where I was going. Because this create method returns a task model, a new task model, which should have a label. So I can do labels, attach this label ID. Thank you, Abdul. Okay, let's run that again. Okay, this is a good error because now it's telling me what's that labels method you're referring to. Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't added it yet. So let's go to task model, and let's add that relationship. Group, project, public, function, labels. This is a belong to many. Then return this belongs to many label class. Run it again. Now we're getting to the database. I like it. I like it. One table label task has no column name label ID. Okay, moving forward. So let's work on that table. Create label task table. 14 down. Oh, table for an ID. I'm gonna stay with the foreign ID 4 just because of consistency, just to not mix up methods. Foreign ID 4, label class, and yeah. Let's add another one. Just for the label, but for the task. Run it again. I want to be happy, but sometimes this could be false positives. How can we test this? Are we even testing it? Yes, because we are asserting it in the database. This, only because of this line, I know that it's working. Okay. Like it. So yeah, I'm fairly confident. Labels unique. I don't want to make the, well, no, why? I mean, why would I make the task ID and label ID unique? Let me think. I don't see any need for a unique combination of those two. Mainly because I'm the one that is going to decide when we get to the UI, all the labels will be in a like a radio, maybe a checkbox, maybe a list of labels. And then you would have to choose. I don't see a scenario where the same task has the same label. Yeah, that's seems very far-fetched. Trying to think. Yeah, no, I don't. Maybe there is a scenario that I'm not seeing right now, but at the time, the unique is not really necessary. So we'll just leave it with a simple relationship. If it comes a time when we discover, oh yeah, these two should never be, there should never be a combination of these two that is the same, then we can easily add the unique constraint, but not for now. Still, thank you so much. Okay, so I think we can move to, do I need tests for the labels though? Maybe when we get to the admin, should have an admin panel somewhere. How does Trello does it? For now, let's just go with a fixed list of labels. I'm going to add those in the database directly. And then we can think about managing them and where could those go. Maybe we could have something like like settings here, profile settings, where we can have a list of labels that we can configure for all the tasks. Yeah, that sounds fine. Okay. And also the colors. We're gonna need the colors. Same tags. Same tags, same tags. Okay, yeah, but the thing is, from the UI's perspective, you're only going to be able to choose one label at a time. So I don't see a scenario where the user can select the same tag or the same label for the same task from the UI. We can add it at some point though, but I don't want to get hanged in the details right now. Instead, I want to move forward as fast as possible to get it working and have the UI ready to assign a task, assign a label to a task. And then we can work on the very edge scenarios where somehow a user can have a task with the same label twice. But let's cross that bridge when we get to it. That cool? So yeah, I'm seeing the UI maybe a list of checkboxes below the project where the user can see the label name and the label color. So we're going to need a color for that label. In fact, I haven't even looked at the migration for the labels. Let me go and check that. You're going to need a string for the label name or title. Title, name. And we're also going to need a table string for the color. That's the two columns that I can think of. And we should go also and define the relationship. Okay, that's that. What do I want to use for colors? Do I want to use Tailwind CSS classes? just to make it consistent, or do I want to use hex colors, color codes, which would give the ability to the user to select a color, maybe a color picker when adding a new one, or just a drop down with a list of colors from Tailwind CSS. I kind of like the Tailwind CSS. Immediately I say so, and then Abdul is, no, hex colors. Yeah, that gives the user more freedom, but then again, bunch of colors that do not go with the style of the board. I don't know. Yet again, creating that drop down with colors is going to be a pain, to be honest. Yeah, let's just use hex. That way I can just give the user a color picker and just go nuts. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 3 labels. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, not necessarily all the colors. I can just limit it to a subset of colors, but yeah, that seems more complicated than it should be. What I'm going to do for now is just go, let me open Table Plus. Is this a Kanban board? Here. I haven't run the migrations, hold on. In fact, I can have this, I can have it on the seeder. I don't need to do it on the database. Go to the database seeder real quick. Let's add a few labels here. Oh, I can, hold on, let me take notes from I remember seeing an example from Flex UI, Flux UI actually. They had a Kanban board example. Let me see if I can find that. Not here. No, hold on. I have it on an email, but okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to open my mail and I don't want to do it on screen, so you're going to see black for a second here. No, that's me. There, okay. I'm just looking for a link in my mail. from Caleb. There it is. Okay. And close that. And boom, here we go. Let me look at, I just want to grab a few color codes from here and also take notes about the design of this and do something similar. So this is in RGB. Okay, that's one. Let me make a note here. So factory, let's create two. And let's say state. And actually three, new sequence. Did I lose it? Yeah, okay, there it is. So that'll be a bug. Let's also take, I don't know, this blue one. Let's call this one feature, maybe. And just one more. High priority. Oh man, I caught the Kanban finally. Shame, I'm a few weeks behind. No shame on that. No shame on that. Everybody has their own time. Are you still considering redoing some of this in Flux UI? Everything is well in Costa Rica. Thank you so much for asking. It's raining cats and dogs every day here, but that's fine. I love rain as long as I'm not in it. As long as I'm home, cozy, and warm, I don't mind rain. I'm considering it, yes. The thing that is keeping me from doing that is the fact that I don't want to alienate, what's the word? I don't want to leave people out, specifically the people who doesn't, not everyone's going to have a license. That's the thing. So I don't want to create content showing how I redo all my UI and use Flux. And some people are watching it and saying, well, I don't have Flux. What do I do? So that's the one thing. But I am thinking about it. Yes, this Kanban board, for example, could really use some Flux UI elements. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you like to see me doing stuff in Flux even though you don't have a license? would that be something interesting to you or just boring? Could be a follow-up on your Filament course. That too, but then again, well, okay, yeah. That's a good idea. It's a bit niche, but it's useful as well. Yeah, I'll take it into consideration. Thank you so much, Mark. Maybe a one-off stream. Not something too much of a series, but maybe two or three sessions, take one project, use Flux. Yeah, no, I mean, me too. That's a problem. I am super biased. Okay, 3 would be enough. So we have the label factory creating 3 labels. That should give us enough to go into the UI and show a list, a checkbox list with all the labels. I feel like I don't know Livewire quite enough. Oh, don't beat yourself over it. I mean, I think I've done one project, like a test, and it wasn't much. I was just copy pasting. But yeah, I haven't even tried it myself too much. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. So nice of you. I'm glad you like them. All right, let's run the migrations again. Migrate fresh seed. Ooh. I didn't import the class, as always. Did I not tell you to import it? There. Jesus. Oh, what are you doing? Who made you like this? Enable import thing. For the love of God, come on. There. Oof. There you go. Wrong class? Yeah, I thought so. Wrong fingers. My fingers. It's late. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you forget how to type. Okay, we have that. Now let's see if we can come up with a list of a checkbox list. Here's the part that I don't like, and that is I have Flux, but I can't use it. It should be so much easier with the Flux. Actually, let me just... I have Tailwind. think they have free options here that I can use. Headings, list, forms. There. That's what I want. Damn. Personal information, notifications. Here. So field set div input type checkbox. I'm gonna copy this whole div. And I'll modify it to my needs in, wait. Doesn't Breeze come with a checkbox? No. All right, let's do this in add task and see how it looks. I can then think about using components to create the field set or the field set, the checkbox list. But first, let's implement it and see how it looks. Actually, I need the add task view. And I'm going to put that. There's the form. There's the div. What if I put it here? There is no checkbox component here. There's a drop-down input, label, model, nav link. I will end up creating a checkbox component or a checkbox list component, but first I need to see how it looks. There is a field set, there's the legend. This whole div here needs to be wow. Okay, so push it there. Legend div. There's another div. This one too. There's this one. And this one. And this too. I think that's all for indentation. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I did it in the add task. Should have done it in the edit task. Whoops, my bad. You know why? Because if I do that, then this looks like that. And I don't want that. Wait, what happened here? Oh, there's two field sets. Wow, that's something's really wrong here. First of all, why is there a closing field set here? And I don't need this one. Okay. So this closes this. This closes that. Okay. Now I can take all of this, delete it. Ooh, no, not that. What are you doing? Oh my God. Mm. There. Okay. Looks ugly. Let's fix it. Starting with this margin up here. I don't need that. Base Y10, that's too much. Let's make it 6. There's still too much margin up here. There's the field set, legend. I don't need. There's text here, isn't it? Why can't I select anything? No, there is nothing there. Okay, this margin, again, don't need that. Fried rice, hi, how you doing? Hello, thank you for joining the stream. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Take, so this is gonna be then flex h6 input. I don't need this p here. Mm-hmm. It's I have a vdev server running, so it's as soon as I save it, it reloads the page. Reloads the page. So if I save that, for example, I got rid of some of the stuff that I don't want, but then again, where is the comments thing going? By email legend. So I can't see this anywhere. So let me just remove it anyway. So there is a div space y6 and then a relative flex cap x3, and then another div with an input. You know what I've heard people doing is that they would put the input inside the label. Like this, for example. And then put this here. I'm breaking stuff all the way. We have a div relative flex gap 3, then another div flex h6 item center, and then a div text m leading 6, then a label with an input. Which should be this, but it doesn't look right. Don't know why. Where is the text going? Is it because it's the same? Oh, nah, probably. Text white. There it is. I was saying. I was making the text the same color as the background, and I was like, where is the text? Of course you can't see it. It's the same color. I think I'm going to work with just labels for now. Text white. And then just give the input rounded border, text, focus. And maybe some margin. Right. 6 is too much, I think. Yeah. Now this has to have, everything has to have flex call gap to, no. Instead of gap, is to space y 6. Didn't work. Because I need to add it to here. Okay, there is more space in between the inputs, but this description and this label does not look well. So here, let's use a gap of 6. That didn't work. There. Too much. Better. This needs a label. Does it need a label? You think getting rid of this label would be better? I think getting rid of, I'm gonna get rid of this label. See how it looks. Because I have a placeholder, right? So I don't think I need a label there. Yeah, I like that. And this looks kind of right. This is not comments. This is actually, it's going to be the, it's going to be the label. So now maybe we can just iterate over all of the labels that we have and see how they look without colors just yet. Well, actually, let's think about the colors though. How about we put a span here? Class, not class. Well, maybe class. Class BG. Can we, I think we can use colors here. Let me see if that's the case. Hi, Jean-Pierre. How you doing, man? So nice to see you here again. Happy Friday. How was your week, man? I hope you had a great week and going into the weekend with a lot of awesome plans. Where did I keep the colors? Here. Database either. Let me grab this color here, yoink, and paste. And let's add some padding 4, rounded MD. I have to close it. Wait, I have a badge, don't I? I have badges. Maybe I can just do, ooh, that looks so ugly. Oh my God. Maybe I can just do a badge in there. See how that looks. Well, kind of too small. What happened with my... Need margin and make this size 5, 4. 6. Not extremely happy with it, but it works. Maybe it's the rounded thing that I don't like. By the way, this flex thing didn't work. Maybe it did. Yeah, it actually needed it. What happens if I put the label inside? How would that look? I'm not happy with it. Yeah, doesn't look bad. I mean, it does, but not as bad. Let's try and iterate over the labels. Let's try doing a for each. Obviously, we're going to do this. We'll get we will get that in a moment. So let's change this to label name. This will be label color. Let's go to the edit task component. We're going to need public labels. And here we do this labels equals label all. Where did they go? Do I have no labels? Oh, I know what happened. I have to call create on the factory, otherwise nothing goes into the database. This color didn't work. Why? Why? Oh, maybe because I need to escape the string. Wait, not here. No? Why? Is it with just one or two? And the color is there. Color code. Telling CSS it's not grabbing it. Which makes me sad. This one doesn't work, this one does, but that is just because. So what was that? Noelia Fernanda, thank you for subscribing. You're awesome. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to think about some other way. The colors are not being rendered properly when they are dynamic. At least with not with Tailwind CSS. So I'm gonna have to do classes. Not classes, styles. Actual styles. Not that. Doesn't like that. Not great, but we'll see. Not great at all. Yeah, you have to spell it right. Okay. That yellow. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out of there. We'll go back to the square block. I might have to keep hacking on this one just to find something that I like, because at this point, I'm not really sure I like that very much. Maybe styling the checkbox instead to give it like a background of the same color. Not sure. Yeah, I'll keep thinking about this. I'm not gonna waste any more time. And speaking of time, I think this is a good stopping point. Next week, we're gonna work on that UI, making it a bit prettier and more functional, where if you check one of those boxes and then save, the appropriate label will go into the task in the Kanban board. All right, let me find someone to rate on Twitch. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Let's see. Rate. Leah T Codes. You're gonna like this one. If you haven't followed her on Twitch, now is a good time. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Fried Rice, Abdul, Jean-Paul, Jean-Pierre. Sorry. Mark, thank you so much for being here. Abdul, always helpful. Thank you so much for all of the suggestions and all of your code helps, all of your code snippets. Very helpful. Hamad as well. Thank you so much for being here. Mithu, thank you very much, everyone. If you found any of this helpful, don't forget to leave a like. Always helpful. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Follow me on Twitch. And as always, see you in the next one.